Okay, so today we're doing a 14 by 14 square, and we're doing a tree ring pour. So here's our cup, and what goes in first is going to come out last. That's what I want, my brightest part in the center. So I'm going to start with the bright. I added a little white, a little white to that beautiful yellow. I'm going to put this here. I think you can see the cup. So some people pour it right in like a dirty pour. I pour down the sides. I just feel I get better layers that way. Yeah, we get that. Thank you so much, assistant. So I'm going to just pour it down the side. I don't know if it really matters that much. What does matter is how much you put each time, because I don't want a super big center. And we could put these things in layers. So I'm going to go with this darker color so I get some nice contrast. And I'm going to do 2 sets of layers, I think. So I'm thinking of my circles. What I put in now is going to be the inner circles. Okay, what I put in after is going to be the outer circles, and most of that outer stuff is going to go over the side. Of course, a lot of it has to do with how much paint you put on the canvas, so we don't want to waste. I don't like orange and blue together because they tend to make mud. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the, what haven't I used? Black.
Black?
I haven't used the black. Can you open that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you, dear.
You did say it might.
A tad of black.
I was about to say, just.
A tad. So we're going to put black takes over, usually in paintings. So we're going to just put a tad. That's enough. This is going to be mostly towards my inner side, and I want the orange. Oh, that's what I forgot. Okay, you can see the cup. Good. So I'm putting them in layers. You can just drop them in if you want to. That is still thick. What is with that stuff?
It never wants to work, you know?
So you want it to pour out of that spigot here. That's how you do a tray ring pour. You're going to, and you do tiny, tiny little minute circles. Some people make big circles, but I like minute circles, so I get more and more layers of circles. I'm going to do the green again. Got my hand in the way. Okay, now you can see it. And like I said, these last ones are probably, depending on how much I put on the canvas, are going to go off this beautiful blue. That's enough. And just, again, a little tiny bit of the black. Yeah, just a little tiny bit of the black. I didn't use any white in between layers because I really want that yellow to be the main brightness. But let's see what happens now. So I'm going to go to the center here. I'm not putting a cushion down because I'm going to put a cushion around the edge later. So you get this to the spigot. And we're not seeing it that way. Okay, I'm going to have you hold this at this on this. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Get a little closer. As close as you can get. I'm not worried about the outside right now. I want them to see the motion. Tiny, tiny little circles. And that takes practice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, now comes the orange, which is thick. We're going to thin it out for you because that's made a big just glob. Now comes the blue. Now comes the green again.
A lot of green.
Yeah, I would say more layering of different colors. Okay, here comes the brown again. Now at the end should be the brighter one, the brightest one.
There you are.
That's what I want in the center. wish I would have layered that green with a little bit more blue and brown, the darks, and the orange, because a lot of that's going to go off. So I'm going to have a lot of, and it is making some cells I see popping up because of the coconut hair serum we have in there. If you don't want cells, don't add that stuff. Although sometimes it'll still happen with because of the flow trail. So how much white do I want? I think that's enough, and get it off there so I don't have a squiggly thing in the middle. And that's take a look at that. Okay, we'll put this back over here so you don't have to hold it, because I'm done with that part. All right, I'll take that from you. Thank you very much. I'll give you a close-up while I'm here. So this is what we got so far. We got some cells popping up. I really wish I'd layered into this green and this a little bit more, so he'll be able to do that. I'm the guinea pig. A little bit more of the blues, a little bit more of the oranges, and a little bit more of the brown and the blue especially. So a little more layering would have been
a lot of green happening.
But yeah, now I can.
It's not too bad though. I mean,
I can change this.
Because who knows, when you start tilting, you know,
a lot is going to change.
It's going to change.
A lot's going to change. Can get my torch. I think it must be over there. So a lot's going to happen. Allow some things to the cells to come up right now. And
brought the same torch.
Did you get the same one, the kitchen torch? Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's a nice little torch. It is. So, okay, just gonna warm the paint up a little, bring up a few more cells,
Look at them coming up.
Buzz some bubbles. So I have no cushion right now, but let's see how it'll move without the cushion first. Let me bring it in a little bit more. Okay, so you can see what's happening. It's still bringing up things. And we're going to just slowly. Now this is where consistency of paint is important, because the thicker paint's going to just roll over the thinner paint. So that's why you want it to be. And I'm not thrilled with the colors so far at all.
It's looking depressing.
Yes. Oh, thank you. He agrees with me.
It's looking very...
he does agree with me.
It's looking like a rainy day.
Yeah, I don't like these colors at all. Don't like this at all. That's the cushion. And do the pouring again. And just change up my colors. Just make this the cushion. Yep. Make this the cushion. Let it go. That means it's going to go off. Also, that orange is way too thick. Corey, I want you to thin down that orange again.
Yeah.
For me, please. It's just...
It's not working, huh?
Not working at all. I'm just going to let this... And you'll see what happens when it stretches, too. It's kind of cool when it stretches.
We can put
Pop this up a little bit. A little water, yeah. Put water, stir, put water, stir. That's, see when it's really... I do love the black. I do love what the black is doing. But I really should have layered a little more of the other colors in there. There wasn't a lot of paint on here, which that was the right amount, because then I would have only had to add a little bit of cushion at the sides. I actually kind of starting to like it. But it's, if you like earthy. But if you like bright colors... Okay, so what I'm going to do to make this reach the ends, because it's going to be just a cushion, is just smear it in. Because I am going to do this over. Woo! It's kind of cool. Gee, maybe I should have swiped it. You know I like experimenting. But it's supposed to be a tree ring pour. Okay, so I'm just making sure all the edges are covered. And then I'm going to go back in again. It got very wavy because when you tilt it a lot, I kind of like I kind of like the difference. I like that. I like that, actually. Sometimes I have happy accidents happen to me, a lot. But for the sake of demo, whoops, we're going to do this over quickly. I mean, it doesn't take much once you get the paint on here. Now, because it has paint on it already, that might affect the colors too. Okay. So what we're going to do is put this on pause a minute with my pinky. Here it goes. All right, so these aren't our cup of tea of colors. So we're going to just use this as a cushion and re-pour. Not going to put as much of this as center. And I'm going to change the order of what I put stuff in. So, you know, a lot of painting is try again and again and again. So this time I'm going to change the order completely. All right. Now I think you can see it now. And I'm going to use a lot more of the other colors that I didn't use until the end, and I'm going to layer a lot more so that I get not so much of that one color. Okay. Okay. No, I don't think I'm going to do the white. I'm afraid of, I think the white will make it too light. Okay, with that black a little bit. I really like that, what that black did.
Yeah, went in the cells.
And it didn't take over either. Okay, up here, a bit of black. And I'm going to put the brown again. Oh, I didn't put the brown at all yet. Okay, so I got a lot of those colors that I lost at the end. And repeat the blue again because I really, it turned into green actually when it mixed with the other color. And a little bit of this again, just a tad. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is repeat the colors and repeat the layers. They don't have just that yellow like we had. And I'll do the blue again. And the brown again. I think that should be enough. It's going to move a lot faster now over the canvas because we have a cushion down now. So let's just say, help, Lord. Just a tad more of black. Tad.
This is where it's about to get interesting.
Yes. You know something? It's always interesting. You don't have to worry. I'm going to have you hold the camera again and make it, you know how to make the picture a little bit,
zoom in?
No, zoom out.
Zoom out?
It's already zoomed in a lot.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, right here, I want you as close as you can. Got it good?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Here we go. This is going to be, I hope, much more dramatic and not so earthy. Hope we got a little more layers. Oh, I like it better already. Yes, I like it better already. So, the nice thing about this is you can do over. I'm loving what it's doing around the edge with this orange, too. It is so cool. Gonna get this, like this. Now, some people do a traveling tree ring pour, and they kind of make this go out a little bit more and make it move around a little bit, your circles. But I'm going to just keep it a traditional tree ring pour for now. I want to get that black in there. Oh, it's not a blob. That's because I'm getting away from the spigot. It's not good. I think that's enough white in the center. Oh, yes! So we changed the cup up, and the orange went after, You know, the great thing about videos, I don't have to remember how I did this. Let's give it a little...
Ooh.
I'm happy. Leave it alone. I even like it with the background. It looks like a floating thing over whatever this background would be. Earth, ocean, whatever. But you can't leave that much paint on your canvas. That's the problem. Let us bring up a few more cells. It's also making a few cloud cells in there.
A lot of bubbles in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful heating up the paint. I love that. I love that difference is so much better. Never give up. Never give up. And don't be afraid to try yourself. Here we go. So we're going to just, yeah, my cups are coming off. Can you see that pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you hold the camera. I think it's better camera work when you're holding it. So when I tilt the canvas certain ways, you can work with that. Come up behind my shoulder too if you have to, if it makes it easier to get it better.
To be honest, it's just easier going up.
Yeah, it's much better when someone holds the camera. My sister-in-law used to hold it. My daughter-in-law used to hold it for me. How's that look, guys? Much more better? Much more interesting? Very exciting. Let's hope we don't lose all the blue over the side. I'll try to face it to you. So I'm just making the circles gradually bigger and bigger. Nothing is going over the side yet.
It's looking like a tornado, to be honest. Not a tornado, a hurricane.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of them are very galactic looking. These kind of, but I'm just loving the colors. And this is so exciting. And the center, ooh, is so much more exciting. But we have yet to pour off yet, so I'm just going.
It's a lot of paint on there.
So I'm trying to decide what part I do want to let go off because I have some parts that are my favorites. I don't want that to go off too much. So I'm going to just let it come around the edge again. And it's causing everything to grow also. It's a little muddy. So I'm going to let that go off a little bit. Not too much. You can control it. You can control it. Just tip it back a little. I kind of like some of the... this stuff remaining maybe, but we'll see how much I have to get off. It's pretty thick down here. Let that go off like that. I'll turn that so you can see this. It's slowing up, so that means, see how slow it's moving? Which is a good sign, because that means I don't have to tip so much off again. I'm going to tip off some of this mud right here. Yeah, that's it. Let it come around the side. I want to preserve a lot of that beautiful blue. So let's work our way this way. Okay, let's bring the light back to the center again. Doesn't have to be center, but a little more center than it is. Okay, now let me get this off here. Get rid of that gray down there. That's not a bad background, by the way. When you do double pours like this, sometimes you can preserve of something that was left from behind. But you don't want to leave a lip like that, a ledge like that. That has to go over the side, or you can help it along with your finger if it's being stubborn. Get it moving a little more, make it a little more liquidy. I'm liking the center. I'm liking that my blue is preserved. Let me get this a little bit more over. Okay, bring it back quick so I can preserve some things. I've got this corner left. I can get rid of it or I can keep it because it kind of matches that. If it's moving really slowly, let me get this a little more center. If it's moving really slowly, I might say, leave that.
Looks a lot better than the other one.
But it's making a ledge. Got to get rid of the ledge. So I will bring it over until I want to try to preserve this blue. Let's go this way. Don't want that to go off at all, so I'm watching that. You have to watch all your corners. Let's let it help quickly. Good, it's over. Let's bring it back quick. Back quick so we don't lose that orange. Orange. Corey's favorite color. Now, the more I'm tilting this, what I'm noticing is I'm losing the spirals and I'm getting more and more wavy stuff. And that's what happens when you use a probably a bigger canvas where you have to tilt a lot, or maybe putting in more layers of paint so that it would go off the side faster. I'm not sure. We'll see. So we're going, we want to bring that, it's moving very slowly. Very slowly. So I'm saying, what do I want growing? And where do, so I'm looking at composition too. Try not to touch your edges too much. Fireball, that's what it reminds me of. Fireball came through here. It's hardly moving, so I am going to put it here. And this is even. This is even. I love the orange in there. I think it's pretty dynamic, making that change in order of the cup. And I think maybe even a few more layers, just so that I didn't have to maybe tip as much off. But I think it's a pretty nice piece. I'm pretty happy with it. I was not happy with the other piece. So it's good that you can see that you can change things. So you have to go along the edge here. And you can see, you don't wear nice clothes. Where did I put the rag? Back
yep.
on? Thank you. So it's not a tremendous amount of cells, which not necessarily a good thing with tree ring pours, but this is not turned into a tree ring pour really. But I love it. I love the colors. I love the burst of fire that went through this river in the middle. I love all the nuances. I love all this blue and green in here, and I love the blue in here. I love a little bit of orange in there. So I think this baby is a keeper. Your turn. Turn it off for a second. Okay, so now Corey's turn. And right now he's mixing his paint. And
now, is it a lot or kind of not much? Like,
I would do not so much green. Are you starting with green?
Uh-huh.
That's going to be your center?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to go weird.
Usually do the brightest in the center.
So like more of that or less?
I would go yellow next.
Okay.
Yeah, I would make sure that you have a bright, bright center. Perfect. And then your orange, because you liked the orange to be predominant also. So for everything we're putting in now is going to be towards the center of this circle.
It's pretty thick.
Okay, don't put too much then. And now you could put the blue, or the green, or the brown.
The brown. I think
yeah.
brown.
Yeah, I think the brown.
Brown, blue, and then black.
Yeah. Okay, he's got it in his mind already what he wants to do. That's good. I'm just hoping this is better pictures this way.
I stand out of the way for
Yeah, oh, you're fine. Where I've got it is just, it's going to be good video, good instructional video. Beautiful. So a little bit of black. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. He's thinking like-minded. I'll repeat all the colors again. Looking good. I think we're going to just finish all the paint up. Just keep going. Fill the whole thing because I think that'll prevent some of that having to tip off so much. Yes, a lot's going to go off the sides, but I think we'll get, hopefully, better circles. It's quite a bit of concentration. Thinking what comes next, what comes next. Oh yeah. I think this is going to be gorgeous. Now, it might not turn out circles. It might turn out, you know, like what I have, more of a pebbly, oceany type of shoreline type of thing, which I love shoreline stuff too. But we would love to get a tree ring pour. I think that's enough. I think that's plenty.
It looks like enough, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
What is this dumb robo-kohler coming in? Got rid of it. All right, I'm going to come around to the other side. So we're not going to put down a cushion.
This is where I get nervous.
Just little circles.
Little circles.
Little tiny circles. And it does take practice to do that. Right in the middle. Aim for your middle. Colors are gorgeous in the cup. The bottom of the cup's making cells. A little smaller. That's it. That's it. Perfect. Oh, you got it. Steady hand. So far, it's looking really good.
It's looking like sound waves.
It's looking very dramatic. Keep them circles going, or else you'll get different effect. Steep it in the middle. That's it. Keep it in the middle and keep them circles going. Don't let it become dashes. Colors look fantastic. In the middle. That's it. Keep it in the middle. Don't let it get wobbly on you. Keep nice, even circles.
It's getting wobbly.
Yeah, keep it circles. Slow down, you'll be able to do more circles. A little faster, actually. That's better.
It gets more in my hand, too. I kind of shake a lot.
Oh, okay. Try to go back to a circle. That's, even if you have to make them a little wider, that's it. That's it. Keep it that wide. Because now you're going to get to your center. And we're going to have to go to the bottom of the cup where it gets lighter. Here we go. Now we're getting into the center of it. Perfect. Keep it circles if you can. Colors are beautiful. Okay, I would say get that lip, finish it there. Just grab it and tip it up. That's it.
Yeah, I actually shake a lot for some reason doing stuff like that.
Well, I just felt that it was getting a little muddy. So that's why we said that's good enough. And that is really gorgeous. That is really gorgeous. Okay. So now the fun part.
Put the glasses up. More concentration happening here.
We're just going to do gradual circles. So you say, why haven't we put a cushion down? Well, because there's a lot of paint on there. If he tilts it a little bit more, you'll see how much paint there is. Just let it flow a little bit faster. Just make this motion a little faster, that's all. Because she's not going to go off for a while yet. Just keep making that circle. That's it.
Oh, okay. I was kind of like, it might move fast.
No, it's not moving fast because it's dry canvas.
Mm.
And that's okay as long as it's moving. This way now. I like the fire going up the side.
It's taking a while.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to have you put it down because it's moving really slow. I'm going to put this on pause. So we're adding some cushion in there because it wasn't moving fast enough. And this saves cushion too. This way you don't have to do your whole piece. Cover it with cushion because it moved quite a bit without it. A little bit more. Okay, now take the stick and we'll spread it out. We'll spread it around and around. I like that combination actually. Now, sometimes you want to, sometimes when people put a cushion in like this, they decide they're going to use it as negative space part of it, especially since that's not moving very, very far. So he might like decide, well, we're just going to tip it off this way and that way and leave the two sides as positive, negative space. But we'll see as he continues to tip. It's really pretty much up to the artist if he wants, because this really is a beautiful color with that.
That might be a lost cause.
Well, that'll go off. We'll let that go off first. Make sure that comes right up to the, because otherwise it's not going to move. It's going to hit that canvas like a brick. Good. Get out of your way. I'll just put this on pause. Let it come all completely over. Oh, it's moving really slow. Now let it come back. Okay, that gets rid of that part.
Gotta move this one.
Oh, be careful of your orange. I would get rid of this before I get rid of that. Because that's, well, that's your best part, really. We want to look at the idea of a vignette. Yeah, you're right. That has to go off a little bit. You're right. I'm just looking at it as a vignette from this angle. You're right. Tilt it all the way that way.
Yeah, because just like this is blank canvas. We have to...
Well, not only that, then you could decide if you want to keep some of that negative space color behind it.
Because it'll widen, so...
Oh, yeah, it is winding. Look at that.
It's looking like a canyon.
It's growing. Let that completely come over because it's not going to move unless it's... That one spot is because of we didn't cover that with any. Now with your finger, help it along. That's good. That's good. Don't smear it too much. Now come back. Yeah, it's over enough. Okay. Get on this side. Alrighty. So now you want it to come this way a little bit.
See what's happening on the bottom here? See how it's like...
growing.
Well, it's kind of like making spikes.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that is cool.
Just by itself. It's
Love
like,
that. You could also use a skewer afterwards to bring it out like that too, with the skewer. I think it looks kind of cool as a vignette. You know what I mean by a vignette?
No.
You got four corners that are different.
Mm.
They're left to be a surrounding or a background instead of covering the whole thing. Because it isn't moving much.
I know I can definitely make the white corner here go bigger.
Mm-hmm. You have to tilt that up more. That's it. There you go. You got to tilt quite a bit to make it move.
There we go. Yeah, and that cushion's helping a lot.
Okay. Stop a second. Pull it back. Put it down a second. Let's take a look at composition. Okay. Now with your finger, I want you to pull this, cover this canvas that's not covered. In case we do go over, we don't want canvas left over that's not covered.